Good morning, guys. We're currently sitting at 63.3 kilograms. Very, very nice. Now we're finally gaining weight. Yeah.
Okay, welcome guys to a new video. So what we're going to do today is we have a very long comment and I am very grateful for that. Um, I do read all of your comments and well comments I like every comment. They're mostly positive. The only comments that get a bit on my nerves are the slightly sexual ones. Like, I can understand that I look good and appealing, especially to a gay male audience. And quite frankly, I, I'm I'm straight. I don't got nothing against gay people or anything. But please, guys, tone it down a little bit because um, I can very well understand that you like what you see and everything. I mean, I do too. Um, but still, it feels a bit that I'm just getting reduced to my body, and I now do understand a woman that just look a little bit too good on social media. Well, but let's just get to the comments because those are the comments I love most. They're trying to have a very intellectual conversation with me because I talk about stuff and then you give your points of view on that. I like that very much. So I think let's just read together from uh, Cosmo Dine. I believe like I can't pronounce stuff like that. Please bear with me. And so let's just read it. A girlfriend is going to be more difficult for you because you are thoughtful. So the first experiences will seem more intense and the build up will have more emotional weight, thus deeper swings. My concern is your kindness and sincerity. Voice crack. Your sincerity will keep you on the fence. Put another way, the best advice I ever got about relationships is the person who cares the most about the relationship has the least control over it because the other person who cares less can leverage it. That is, you already have some leverage working against you. The first one will not be the one. Very good point. Because I mean, in any kind of interpersonal situation, if you want something and the other person has it, but the other person doesn't care about what happens to that thing that they have, but you want, they have control over you and can leverage that, um, of course. And quite frankly, that's why being in love is a losing game. But it is definitely worthwhile, I would say, because like, what are you going to do? Gonna be lonely all day long, every day? Nah, that's a pathetic existence. So, um, I'm definitely willing to take the risk that are associated with being in love and failing miserably, and you know, having a few bad experiences. I mean, is it too different with training? I mean, you have your training and it's hard, and sometimes it doesn't work out how you want it to. You don't have the time for it, or the exercise you're not too strong on them, and so your expectations simply get shattered. You won't have the progress that you wanted to, and this is life. We have a little bit of control and also try to exert this control. But in the end of at the end of the day, um, life is still a numbers game, it's uncertain, and shit will happen. So, let's continue reading. The good news is, you are not alone with these troubles. Every young, decent guy goes through this, followed by crushing heartbreaks. That is part of becoming a mature male, a man also. The maturity comes from learning through experiences and building reason from it. It would sound too dismissive for me to reduce it to taking it too seriously. I get it. I like the food sleep analogy you gave. So the food sleep analogy in that particular video was I was talking about the pain of loneliness and how it comes in waves, and it is the same with being tired or hungry. In some intense moments, or in some moments, the pain is really intense. You are really sleepy. You are going to be really hungry. After that, it subsides, and then it's just gone for some time, and then it will come back. And yeah, it's going to hit you in waves. So let's just continue reading. But I would like to see you spared from the intensity. I'd like to, quite frankly. Um, I understand completely if you hate this suggestion, but I would recommend you look at The Rational Male book, audiobook from Rollo Tomasi. I don't know. Have to check it out. Haven't checked before. Reading to you this comment. I mean, I've read it one time this comment before, but yeah, I, I'd say I gotta check this out. So, continue reading. A man still stuck in idealism would hate it, but it is nonetheless a true account of collected wisdom about females by an experienced, thoughtful male. An idealist would suggest that it seems to diminish females. My answer to that is that irrationality in females is a feature, not a flaw. Men are responsible for everything because only men can be. Rationality is the equipment females are not as proficient with. And I think very important to note here is that on the other hand, we men, our equipment we're not as proficient with is care. Like most of us just don't give a shit. Which of course is a double-edged sword. The same with rationality, because if you're too rational, you will never have fun, pretty much. And also on the other hand, if you care too much, it's a big problem. But if you care too little, it's also a problem. And yeah, this is also the reason why women work in care facilities, nurses, kindergartens, watching over children, or even teachers, or anything. Everything, yeah, pretty much everything social related is more of a female thing because you care more. And this is extremely prevalent in me and my sister. We are pretty much total opposites in that regard. I really couldn't give a shit about people, their opinion of me, and how I phrase things. Quite frankly, I'm very blunt in my articulation most of the time. um, yeah, but okay, let's continue reading. So, any animal can think, reason, rationality is a discipline to sort information for truth. The truth is not always flattering. And this is true. Truth is a hard pill to swallow, and usually not a nice one. But how can we live life if this life that we're living is a lie? You know? So, let's continue reading. For example, the truth is that females must be irrational to put up with and survive amongst males. A rational female would reject men and family for the self and be little comfort and there goes the species. Um, quite haven't understood this yet. Probably because of our patriarchal society, I suggest. That typically it is male dominated, but also males suffer the most from it also. So you have the richest and the most powerful that are men, and also the ones that are suffering the most are also men. Um, and so I don't know what I would think about this. I would just like sit there and you can form your own opinions about this. Um, I have too little input or life knowledge to or understanding of the point made to really say anything about it. So let's continue. One has to remember that our ideal of females is full of our own contradictions, and that is how we naturally selected them. Again, men are responsible because only men can be. Um, I think, yeah, what he's saying is we love women that are um, impulsive. We love the bubbly nature of them, and that's why this is still genetically prevalent and has prevailed through evolution and everything. This is my suggestion of what the point is about. And now to finish it off, sorry for the block, but I have absolute faith in you and would like to see you spared from more sorrows. I won't blame you for hating the suggestions, but I will leave a link anyways. I just hope it will give you some perspective so you get the right girls and not go from suffering loneliness from self-imposed idealism to getting, sorry, crushed by it. You really are becoming a man, and a thoughtful, kind, decent, and responsible one at that. Be blessed. I really couldn't thank you enough. This is a very great compliment to give me. Like, really. Because, I mean, just saying one of those things, I mean, you're really becoming a man is already a great compliment, but with the addition of the help and everything, this is truly shows how much you care, and I really cannot thank you enough um, for everything. And so let's just talk my points of view. What I gotta say to that. So yeah, or let's just say how things are right now going with the girls. Um,
Hallo Tristan. Tag, Jochen. Na, mein Junge. Alles
it was
gut?
just
Ja.
my mom
Sehr schön.
well,
In
walking in the background.
Ja, recht
She's doing the
so.
laundry
Recht
and
so.
stuff.
Lass es gerade.
I'm just like
Mach
thinking,
ich.
oh, she will barge in, and then like, oh, I will have to cut this out, and then it's gonna be a bit awkward.
Soll ich dir kurz das Licht anmachen? Ah, Sekunde.
Well, that's life, isn't it? Um. So yeah. Well, actually, right now, it feels
So,
funny to say that,
dann lass dich
but
nicht stören. Viel Spaß.
I think
Vielen Dank.
I've really found the girl
Und
closest
euch
to
auch viel
my
Spaß.
ideals than I've ever gotten.
Das
Because you know we all have this somewhat vague idea of what we want and what we won't and what we don't want. And so the girl right now, this is the girl from the dance course. If you have watched my previous videos where I've talked about her, so to recap it a bit, she's from a different dance school where I also go to, and she is a trainee there. And it was 2.5 weeks ago, and there we saw each other for the first time. The the instructor was like, "Here, this girl is coming. Can you teach her?" And because my experience of 2.5 years are quite substantial, I of course did. And this girl, quite frankly, is a natural. And we even talked a bit, like she had her hands on her hips like that, and I was like, "You got some back pain or something?" And she was like, "Nah, just from working out yesterday." And I was like, "Oh, what you train?" And she was like, "Oh, legs." And I was like, "Oh, funny, I trained legs yesterday as well." And you know, I mean, what more could I wish for? She goes to the gym and is a pretty good dancer. And so fast forward to last Friday. So then we oh, so the week after that, I was sick, couldn't go. Was really unfortunate. And now last Friday, so I went there, and first she wasn't there, and there were some other girls and whatever, was all fine. And then when she came, it was again like, "Oh, could you teach her this and that?" And it's all fine. And so we we had a great time actually. We talked a bit more, and especially from a humor side of things. I'm quite frankly an asshole in all regards. Um, on camera I'm very caring and everything, and very nice and politely. Um, but my jokes are um, always pretty deprecating, not only on myself, but pretty much on whoever I'm making jokes about. If it is the German government, my friends, um, dance teachers, or anybody, uh, it is pretty much always deprecating. Um, but yeah, and so we dance, and I'm a singer, so of course I sang because I just don't give a shit. And then she like took some jabs at me and was like, "Oh, this is like could you sing good or something?" And like kind of teased me a little bit. And then I involved the instructor and was like, "Yeah, she tells me that I can't sing and this and that," and he just laughed at me like, "This asshole." Oh no, it was like, uh, oh no, she asked him like, "Oh, you've he should become a professional singer," and then he just laughed at me, and I was furious. They just double teamed on me, and it was a situation where I just felt powerless to come back with a good response, and usually I have to take like slow down a bit because I'm just throwing jabs and hooks left and right um, on a verbal banter basis in regular conversations. And so yeah, from those points of view, the perfect girl, really. Um, Now she has a bit more meat on her bones, so to say. I wouldn't call her fat, but you know, curvy could describe her body shape best, I'd suggest. And she's like a half, half a head shorter than me. Do you, do you say it like that? I mean, this is at least how we say it in German, like half of a head smaller. Um, yeah. Now she is not on par with my intelligence. She has like there are three different like qualifications of like you have one kind of graduation, then the next one, and then you go to high school, and then you have like the high school graduation, which then you are eligible to go to uni or something. Um, so you have a rough idea of the German education system. And she has the second one, and I'm going for the third one. I mean, those are all after one another. And now she is a trainee. And, so from a intelligence point of view, I'm not quite sure how fond I will be of that. Um, because, well, to converse with me, my jokes are sometimes a bit harder to catch on and everything. Um, but it's definitely something I will just have to experience for myself. And yeah, besides that, the like, I mean, I've said it about the last girl as well. Like, she kind of perfect and this and that, and she gave me back hope. But after that, I think I've learned and grown a substantial bit, and
Das kam
so
jetzt aber, also
now I
einerseits
can
ist es
actually say
so
with
in die Luft
confidence
so, weil nämlich, wenn man die Richtung
that
ausstellt,
this
hast du
girl
fließt
is
mehr. Also
like
ganz runter.
the the
Allerdings,
most appealing to me that any girl has ever been,
ja, was sagen.
from all perspectives included. I mean, of course, I've seen a girl walking by and she was the prettiest girl I've ever seen. Um, but like, what is that? If there's no good character behind it, this doesn't matter at all. I mean, she got a cute face and everything, and so from the perspective of having a bit more meat on the bones, um, I actually don't care at all. Um, because I mean, if you would, if I would just have like the thing that I would like most from just the just of a looks perspective. I mean, I just like thinner girls, but I somewhat am also not displeased with her body type. But um, I don't know how would I communicate this good if this question comes up. I mean, maybe I just say it how it is. I don't mind it. And if we're only talking attraction, there's a wide range, and this might be the optimum. But I don't care if it's like below that. That's it's like 10 out of 10 ideal, and if it's 9 out of 10, I don't care. And also, it's not something that cannot be changed. So yeah, on the intellectual side of things, this might actually be a blessing in disguise. Um, because if you are not too smart, then you will be very fond of a person who is smart, and also gain a lot of respect for them and whatever. And um, yeah, I've found this a lot of times when I've talked to girls that had like that are like really good in some hobbies that they are like. This is super attractive, and um, if it is something even more fundamental, like on the intellectual basis, like this, like I said, could be a blessing in disguise. Um, and also, like, yeah, she is 17 as well, and she was actually like the first to ask me. I mean, I wanted to ask. I think I've even said it in the video, like, oh man, I want to ask her, but no, and just like I just want to ask her, and she asked first, and like my usual response like, what do you think? Because usually I tend to get people tend to think that I'm way older than I actually am, and she thought that I was like 20. And well, I thought she was like 19 because that's like the typical age when you have graduated from German high school. And yeah, but we're both. Okay, back. So yeah, we are both 17, and yeah, quite frankly, I don't know what else to talk about that girl anymore. I mean, I had a friend at the dance court as well. I mean, a female friend, but we have like a group together and everything. And like she was also like, yeah, I like that girl, and I will probably bring her into the group and everything. And I was like, hell yeah, man, of course. And so yeah, I don't even know what more to say about that. Um, Yeah, she lives a bit further away, but I don't mind so much. I mean, surely I have to see how this is going to work out and everything, but yeah. And I think it is also not in a obsessive way, because I don't go through life constantly thinking about her. And you know, if we then talk about this topic, what would I say to her and this and that, which were thoughts I usually tend to have when I'm very fond of a particular girl. That in any situation, I tend to imagine that she is just like with me right now, and that I would talk to her with those things. I know it sounds a lot more weird than it actually is, um, but yeah, this is just how it tends to be for me, and for me, it's just like I go through life, and then sometimes I think a little bit, like especially when I talk to you and about the getting the suggestion from the comment and everything. But yeah, I think I'm way past the point where you could say that this is an obsession. Um, now it's only like I'm big time chilling. I feel um like I do my workouts. I have a few things that I want to do. I mean, summer breaks coming up. Then I still want to renovate the room with my sister. I want to pre-study for the upcoming school years and just kind of fixing my handwriting and stuff like that. And so yeah, I've got all of those things, and for me, it doesn't cross my mind like, oh yeah, which girl am I going to want? And I should text her now and this picture because she tends to like cats, and maybe I would ask her for a call because no, I don't think like this, at least right now at all. For me, it's like I don't even like I don't text with anybody. Like the last real text was with a classmate who was talking about physics stuff coming up. Um, the the other dance instructor asked me why I'm not in the mix club. The mix club is the more advanced version, but this is with a dance partner. So yeah, I kind of fuck this up all the time. So and besides that, everything is like kind of further away. I mean, 2 days ago, and like, yeah, the other one was talking with the friend about the girl, and then the other one was, yeah, like, I don't tend to really text anybody at all, um, right now. Like, the only thing that I do is just big time chilling. I work out, I talk to you, I do my school, and I'm totally fine with that. And I feel like I'm at a point where this girl could like really be an addition to my life and not a hindrance. So because she has like till yet no real experience about the dances, and from her reactions and everything, I think we would go together real well, and this could work out. And so yeah, I think the next step is just to like next week or let's say next Friday, um, get her number and then just talk a bit, text a bit, maybe have a phone call, whatever, and then just see where those things end up at. And maybe do a dance course together. I mean, after the summer break, it's one coming up, and so it would be the perfect opportunity, I'd say. And yeah, I have to say, to the nice commenter, um, I thank you a lot for your understanding and everything, and like I think I'm doing very well right now. Um, yeah, I can't complain, girls wise or anything. So yeah, I think now it's time for me to hit some legs actually. Yeah. So I think let's go right into that. And I even got this topic for tomorrow to talk about. And yeah, so love you guys.
Guys, let's check out the amazing pump together. So yeah, without further ado, wow. A nice quad stomp. Now also showing the amazing hamstrings. Just kidding, they are kind of shit. But now going to the calves. I don't quite know how good this looked on camera, but all I can tell you, this was a very nice workout, very intense. And yeah, love you guys, and so we'll meet again. Bye.